Thanks to the support as a channel member, Brad Moran. Finally, after what feels like forever, we've been able to sign a big meaty boy to play centre forward for us. He makes his debut right now. His name's Callum Morton and he has no face. He is 26 years old. He's 6'2", which, as everyone should know, is the correct height for a human being to be. He's not particularly quick, but you know what? He doesn't need to be. He's 6'2". It's something different than what any of our other strikers are able to offer. He does have the disadvantage of having a little bit of Northampton in his history, quite a lot of Northampton in his history, but the advantage of having some Peterborough in his history. He scored 0 goals in his 7 appearances on loan at Posh from West Brom like 3 years ago, but Fleetwood were convinced to pay £250,000 for him, and I'm hoping this might just be his level. He scored a goal for Northampton in League One last season, so no one wanted him this season. But he's 3.5 stars of current ability, which is better than any other striker we've got. He's obviously not close to match fit, but we're going to throw him straight into the mix because our form has been, mixed probably is the word. Our form has been very mixed since the last episode. January has been largely miserable with the odd bright moment. We have only lost 2 games in our last 8, but we've also only won 2 games in that period as well. We are once again turning into draw specialists, but it seems like that's not particularly unusual at the level that we're playing at. We're still very much in the mix for the playoffs. 46 points on the board. We're 2 points behind Alfreton, who are in that final playoff spot. So we have a chance, is what I'm saying. There is a chance, but we do need to start putting together a little bit of a run of form. In order to fund our new boy, we did let a player leave as well. Ben Isaacson, who was our backup right back. He only played 6 times. He's gone to play for Sholing, who I'm not even sure that's real, but that's where he's gone. So the fact that he's gone to a team I'm not sure exists demonstrates that we were probably okay to let him go. So today's match is against Merthyr, who of course you would have seen play against Bedford in real life at the weekend. Yesterday, in fact, I think was it? I got my little badge. My little Fugler friend is wearing my little hat. So fingers crossed we can do a little bit better in game than real life Bedford did at the weekend. It's Ashmore in goal, a back four of Guillermo, Kwakaya, Green and Gordon, Gamfi and Tobin in midfield, who if you did miss the match day vlog, he is very much not 6'5" in real life. But he's still 6'5" in game and we'll take it. Lawson's on the left. Whittaker moves out to the right to make room for Morton, and then Morton comes in alongside Marsh up front. Fingers crossed, we have plenty of goals in this team now. And like I say, somebody who offers something a little bit different. Whose preference is the number 39? We've got it available for him because obviously we've got the number 39 available for him. We're in the National League North, but I'm finding it a little bit hard to believe that that's his preferred number. That screams I'm never going to get a proper shirt, so I'm going to pretend I'm Nicholas Anelka. Right, let's do a football. I've obviously not seen Morton play. This is his debut. I have very high hopes for him. We've stopped messing around with playmaking wing backs as well. It was a fun experiment at the start of FM26. We've abandoned it. We've just got 2 normal fullbacks, 2 very normal centre backs, 2 pretty normal centre mids, and then 2 normal wingers with a big man, little man combo up front. It's the most industrial non-league football we could probably do, but if it gets us into the playoffs when we shouldn't be getting into the playoffs, I don't care, and I don't think anyone else cares either. Right, there is Whittaker. Ball over the top for Morton, who gets in behind, lays it back to Whittaker, who has the first time shot and unfortunately blazes it over the crossbar, and it remains 0-0. But, there was some decent hold-up play from Morton there, which is what we've brought him in to do. Tobin, who is now back from injury. He's not been back for long, but he is back from his injury and is back in the team, and then picks it up in midfield again. And then Gamfi, big ball forward, looking for the run of Marsh, who gets in behind. Morton's in the middle if Marsh can find him. He dances past his marker, finds Morton, but he can't quite apply the finish. But that is the kind of play that we want between those 2 strikers. We want Marsh getting out into those wide areas, helping out the wingers, getting these overloads on either flank where we can potentially have a wing back, a winger and Marsh out there causing all kinds of problems, and then just get it into the big guy and then the winger off of the opposite flank coming in to help him with a finish. Like I say, it's very basic, very simple stuff, and fingers crossed it's going to work. See, that's less basic and simple. Look at Tobin dropping back in between the centre-backs to receive the ball there, because he is a centre-back playing in midfield. So he may as well drop back there and join up and make a 3 to make us a little bit more solid. And then Gamfi, all 6'5" of him, can get a little bit further forward. Right, Gordon with the in-swinger, looking for 6'5" Gamfi, and there he is. It's 1-0 to Bedford. It's very handy having a legitimate 6'5" midfielder in our team. Look at that. That's a good header as well. Good, solid contact, and we're going to become set-piece FC. That's the plan. We've got the big striker now. We've got the big guy in midfield. We're gonna get better at set pieces. And Marsh once again getting out onto this left-hand side where he's already caused a lot of problems today. And that is the goal I dreamed of. Marsh gets out wide, slides it across to Morton, and it's taken 30 minutes of Callum Morton's debut to grab his first goal. And Tyrone Marsh takes huge credit for it. He's done brilliantly here and just slides it across, and Morton is there to apply the finish. And I tell you what, if this is how this is going to work, that boy is going to score a lot of goals for us. There's Lawson on the left-hand side. Back to Gamma, ball forward, looking for Marsh. It's a little bit overhit, and there is a big gap between our midfield and our attackers. We're not that bothered because we're just lumping the ball forward, and Morton's got in behind again, and Morton scored again. 31 minutes gone. It's Merthyr 0, Bedford 3. I feel like I'm getting revenge for my Saturday afternoon trauma. And this is the Callum Morton show. We've taken a long, long time to be able to find our man. And we are spending a lot of money on him. And we're already a little bit over our wage budget. And he's costing us £400 a week. So we have taken a little bit of a risk. We're rolling the dice to try and get into the playoffs by signing a guy we can't really afford, but who completely changes the way we're able to play. And as you can see, has made an immediate impact. Lawson lays it off to Gyama, and now Kwekaya, back to Ashmore. And look at us knocking the ball around like we're a football team. Whitaker forward to Morton, who now drops deep to link up with the midfield. And Tobin gives it to Lawson. Marsh has now got an opportunity to get into the middle. Lawson has decided to go it alone. And he unfortunately can't keep his shot down. But what a first half performance this has been. Everything has just clicked the way I wanted it to click. And I think I've proven myself to be a tactical genius with this very basic, very non-league system that we're playing. And sometimes this is just what you've got to do, boys and girls. Keep it simple. But it is Merthyr on the attack again, but Lawson comes across to cover, and now Gyama plays it forward, looking for Marsh, who's come wide again on the left. He loves hanging out on this left-hand side, and now runs forward, lays it off to Morton. Marsh gets it back. Oh, Marsh deserves a goal after how well he's played in this first half. It comes back off the post. Whitaker now. Whitaker with the shot, and he can't keep his effort down. Whitaker is the one guy who seems to be not benefiting from the new system. Although, to be fair, long term, Whitaker alongside Morton, because, you know, Marsh is not getting any younger. He's nearly as old as I am. So at some point, he's going to run out of gas or pick up an injury, you would think. And then Whitaker gets the opportunity to come back in at centre forward again. I mean, one of the reasons we wanted to go and get a new striker is because Whitaker, despite having a pretty decent goal return for the season, has been pretty poor of late. And I said from the start that I see him more as a winger than a striker. It hasn't necessarily worked for him today, but everything else has. So I'm not that bothered that we've not really got a performance out of either of the wingers. Marsh is doing the job of both wingers at the moment. And if we carry on like this, maybe we bring in another central midfielder and abandon the wingers entirely. Morton now running with the ball, which that was never part of his job description, and as you can see, we don't really want him getting involved in shooting from there very often. The little commentary at the bottom of the screen has just confirmed he's having a very good debut. I mean, it certainly helps that he scored 2 goals. He is having a very good game, but Marsh is Marsh is having a sensational performance, being allowed to be the more attacking of the two strikers after spending the whole season playing as Whittaker's support guy. And now Kwekaya looking for the long throw. Can he hurl it into the area where our big boys are? It only makes it as far as Lawson, but it's now back with Whittaker. And now Whittaker again floats it over to Marsh, and he does have his goal that he very much has deserved. It's been a phenomenal performance from Tyrone Marsh, and it is now 4-0 to Bedford. Beautiful stuff. That's a lovely cross from Whittaker, and Marsh does really well. Far post, nods it past the keeper. Oh, what a day. What a match. Look at the state of the right back that Marsh has turned inside out all afternoon. And now Whittaker trying to get something going again. We're just relentlessly going for them here. It's a joy to watch. And it is Merthyr on the attack again. But it's just comfortably collected by Lawson. Just takes care of it, easy peasy. Lumps it forward, looking for Marsh. Unfortunately, this time he has to compete with it in the air rather than having it to chase onto. And it's a little less effective. Although that time he does win his header, does manage to find Morton, but I guess Morton's given the ball away because we don't see anything else from that highlight. Good work from Green, and now Lawson to Marsh again. We'd love Morton to get a debut hat-trick. Lawson plays it into Marsh again, and once again has got in behind his right back. Marsh dances past his man. This is beautiful from Marsh. Oh, that deserved a goal. Lawson back to Tobin. And was that a crossbar? Was that a save? We are relentless. Genuinely, we've not played this well all season long. This is our best performance by such a long way. Look at that. Look at the ratings. What an afternoon. What a match to pick for an episode. Right, Lawson is going to come off. We're going to bring Avero on for him. In midfield, we have got Taylor to come on, so he can come on for Tobin. We've got a lot of tired legs, actually. Coyle can come on there. We're not going to make loads of substitutions now, but we do still have a couple more tired boys on there who could probably do with being replaced with us 4-0 up. I mean, there's no danger, hopefully, of us letting Merthyr back into the match. What we really want is Morton to grab his hat-trick. It shows how well Marsh has played, that he's actually the guy on the higher rating at the moment. With a goal and an assist and just creating so many problems, even though Morton's on his debut and has outscored him. Right, final changes. We've got tired defenders, but we don't really have any defenders on the bench. Phillips is going to come on for Kwekaya, and Taylor can drop back there. And then who else have we got on the bench? Jeffers and Panther. So I guess we can give a standing ovation to Marsh. Jeffers can come on for him. Actually, you know what? Panther can come on for him, and we might swap those two over and let Whittaker have 10 minutes showing us what he can do, playing off of Morton. If he can come up with something as effective as what Marsh has delivered us all afternoon, but got to protect his little old man legs. Oh, he is 12 years younger than me. But I'm not gonna let it go. Right, Gyamfi just needs to kick that guy, decides not to, but luckily Ashmore is there to collect very comfortably. And now he distributes along the ground again to Coyle, and now Taylor playing a rare appearance at centre-back for Taylor. Having been stuck in midfield all season long. I mean, Gyamfi and Tobin have been so good today that maybe Taylor needs to reinvent himself as a centre-back again to get himself back into the team on a consistent basis, because that midfield, along with everybody else today, has looked very, very good. 4-0, boys and girls. This is what it does to the league table. We are up to 7th as things stand. That is that final playoff spot. So I think rather than just playing the next match, we're going to show you the next match against somebody else in the mix. So Chorley, Peterborough Sports, Darlington, Spennymoor. Chorley are... Where are Chorley? Nah. Peter Sports? Nah. Right, Darlington. The next match, we will do Darlington. So we'll play a couple off camera, and then we'll be back for Darlington away. If we're still in the playoff mix after that Darlington game, We are genuinely in with a chance. Oh, boys and girls, this new tactic works. Look at this. We've won 3. I don't think we've had a run of 3 in a row at any point of the rest of the season. This is the best form we have been in all year. This is what the league table looks like. 35 games gone. We are still up in 7th place. And now we play Darlington, who are 1 point above us, but do have a game in hand. We're playing the same team that you saw us play in the last match. This is definitely the best team we have available currently. In fact, I say it's the same team. The one guy who's not in there, Gordon, who's not fully fit because we played 2 matches over the last weekend. So Coyle is going to come in and play at right back because we don't have a backup right back. So fingers crossed that doesn't cause too many problems. Otherwise, it is the same team, and I am looking for continued excellent performances from our new look front 4. Morton has 4 goals in his first 3 appearances and is, he's come in and completely changed the team by allowing us to play this different system that definitely seems to be working. Although, to be fair, those last couple of matches were against teams down in the bottom half of the table, so they're matches we should have won. This one, the toughest test of the new look system that we've had yet. And fingers crossed we can still be in the playoff mix, like I said before, at the end of this match. That would be super duper. I'd be happy with a draw here today. We don't need to come here and win, but if we can pick up a draw from this match, then what would that be? 10 games to go? Still very much in the mix. And it does start to make things a little bit interesting. If we manage to get promoted this first season, then that pink hat is a lucky hat because we weren't as good until I owned the hat. It's either Morton or the hat, and I think we all know it's probably the hat rather than Morton that's made the main part of the difference. Halfway into the first half, not very much has happened. We've not had an attacking highlight yet, so I don't think we're ripping them apart the way we have done the last 3 teams that we've played. They're certainly a better quality of opposition compared to what we've been playing recently. But you know what? If we can somehow come away with the 0-0 draw, big thumbs. I think that leaves the league table looking completely fine if that happens. Yep, we would still be sat there in 7th place on that live league table. So we take it. We absolutely take it. 0-0 at half time. Same again, chaps. And if you get the chance to nod one in from a corner, fill your boots. Right, Green across to Quakaya, and now Green again. And Coyle at right back. Whitaker plays it forward to Morton, who gives the ball away. I mean, that's not the Callum Morton that we're already falling in love with, that we've just seen there. That was a little bit unfortunate. The only thing we've seen him do on camera in this match so far. But fingers crossed, this is just a weird start of the second half highlight and they're not about to score from it. Goodness me, that was the best chance of the game so far for either team. But now we'll happily, I was going to say happily just see out the rest of the match and no more highlights, but it is us with the ball again. So we'll definitely take an attacking highlight. Morton lays it off to Whitaker, who tries to charge past his fullback, but just, I mean, he was running fast enough, but never really had the ball under control. And just gave it away relatively easily. And now the counter-attack for Darlington, and that's annoying because they had 1 man forward. We had 5 defenders inside the penalty area. They had 1 attacker inside our half, basically. Look at that. How are they... Right, hold on. How do they score here? We've literally got 6 players back. They've got 1 guy. He's out wide. This is not ideal that they've ended up scoring from here. He's done well to get past his defender. Even from there, though, we literally have 6 players in the box. They've got 1 guy. And we've got the best goalkeeper in the division. That is unfortunate. Right, go attack him. We now need to drag ourselves back in and find an equaliser, but it is Darlington on the attack again from the corner, and Gamfi's 6'5". We are so inconsistent, even with our beautiful new tactic. I mean, that guy is potentially even bigger than him, but that is still annoying. Right, we are going to struggle to get back in here. They've given us the little 1-2 punch at the start of this second half. There's Morton, though, and there's an immediate reply. It's Callum Morton, 5 in 4 now, and that's not a typical Callum Morton goal, but it is a very tidy finish. Lawson lays it across to Marsh. Marsh turns, gives it to Morton. One touch to take it away from his defender, and then just slides it under the keeper. And we are all of a sudden back in the game because we just need that one cross, that one set piece. And our big boys, Morton and Gyamfi, are then in with opportunities. Somebody do something. We do now need highlights. Disregard the previous instruction to just let the game run out. We do need some highlights now. Oh, look how tired they all are. We've played a lot of football. This is where being part-time is affecting us as well. Darlington presumably are going to be full-time. They're a bigger club. We're part-time. We played twice last weekend. The football's catching up with us. Right. Panther's going to come on. Avero's going to come on. And see, we don't really have another striker. We're going to leave Morton on. He doesn't need to be fit. And then we'll also bring on... I see Gordon's not fully fit. Abodo's not fully fit. I guess we bring on Phillips. Drop Tobin back and do that. I think we're going to go very attacking. And we're going to hope that Panther and Avero, as different options out wide, can create something a little bit more threatening than what the previous combination of wide men were able to put together for us. Right, Coyle, who lays it back to Panther. He's starting this move very, very deep. Plays it forward to Morton, across to Phillips, who of course is fresh on the pitch. Plays it out to Avero. It's a lovely pass out to Avero. And now he gives it back to Gimmer. Cross comes in. I mean, it's a little bit aimless. Gyamfi hits it from range. And that could have been an absolute screamer. I mean, it was wild, and unfortunately didn't end up very close to the opposition goal. Right, Avero to Gimmer again, and now this time Marsh drops deep to collect, ball forward pretty aimlessly, and yeah, it's not quite worked the same way today, has it? The way it's been working in those last few matches. We've got our final couple of subs. I mean, I guess Abodo, although he's not fully fit, maybe we throw him in. He can come in for Marsh, maybe. Get Panther up front alongside Morton. Abodo comes on that side. And then we'll bring Gordon on, who, again, not fully fit, but at least he's a proper right back who can get a proper overlap going on that right-hand side and just try a different combination on the right. And maybe Panther can make himself a hero doing Morton's running for him. Right, this is what we needed. A set piece. It's Gordon. He does hit a good corner. Oh, he was aiming for Gyamfi. Couldn't quite find him. Panther from range. That might have been the chance. We need to get a little bit more efficient with our set pieces. You saw us score a lovely one against Merthyr, but we just don't do it often enough. And we have got some big boys in the team. We should be more of a threat from corners than we are. Right, we're into the 95th minute. There's still 1 minute of added time to go. So this is a highlight. This isn't just let's let the final whistle blow. Something's happening here at one end or the other. Phillips back to Tobin, and now Green plays it forward, looking for Morton to flick on, but he can't win the ball. Morton gets it to feet this time, lays it off to Panther. He's got both wingers in space and manages to miss them both. And it ends 2-1. Well, show me the league table. We are still in the mix. I said we needed to still be in the mix at the end of that match. We are, because of the good form going into it. 10 games to go, and we are the team sat in 7th place. So we are in with a chance. And I love the fact that my director of football is still trying to sign players. We have absolutely no budget. There's no way he's going to be able to offer them anything, but he is still trying, bless him. Right, I think we just come back for the final 2 games of the season, which will hopefully lead into us qualifying for the playoffs. That's the hope. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.